Hello people, as you can see the trailer is built and finished, well basically finished. The tyres aren't, the wheels aren't glued on, and there's some caps to put on the hubs inside the wheels, and then the spare wheel carrier, but that's it. So yeah, as you can see it's pretty big. It's quite hard to fit in shot. Try and get a bit. So yeah, it's all fairly straightforward. Even the photo etch wasn't too hard. I found these little photo etch plates that go in these recesses a bit tricky. I did this side first. And then I got my eye in a bit, and this side is a bit better. But basically, you can see that each of the corners on this side are got an angle to it, but the plates are just squared off. So you've got to sort of tuck it down underneath, and then get the lips down on either side. So that was a bit tricky. It's quite tricky on the bottom with the suspension, and getting all the pipes done and that. I'll show you that in a bit. Couple of things I can think of right away that if you want to build them, build this. There's two little toe-in bits here. You can just see it there. There doesn't give a call out for them on the instructions, and the bracket to hold this sort of wheel thing for a rope or something like that to go around. That's not on there. These two bits here. So we have to figure out which ones they are, but it's not too difficult, because by the time we get to that, there ain't many parts left. So then you got these little wheel trucks, what do you call them? I've forgotten the word now. Chucks, that's it, wheel chucks. It says on the instructions to put them where you want. You have the holding brackets here if you want them stowed, but I've put them in place so they're up against the wheels of the gun truck that's going to go on the back. The same with these little fastening points. It says you make 20 of them. It says to put them where you want. I chose to put these in the middle where it says to put them, and then these it says to put them on the inside, but I put them on the outside so I'll be able to put fastenings down for the load, and then these bits, which I'm not too sure what they are. That was that. You've got these little tie down shackle loops or whatever. I suppose you could have them all up or all down. I've chose to have them mostly all down, apart from the back two, which will have a chain attached to it or something like that. So yeah, that was that. Like I said, on these bits here you have like a dome glass for, I guess it would be for like a spinning siren-y light thing, hazard light, and that'll be put on after painting. Hopefully the light's good, you'll be able to, you can see everything. But yeah, you have workable suspension. You would have workable steering if you watched the last video, I didn't muck up the internal steering mechanism. And these rear ramps are workable. There's a spring mechanism that works quite well, but I wouldn't call it workable. I'd call them more posable. For example, the steering, again, if the middle part, the inner part was workable, even if that was still workable, with the pipes and the way you have to sort of glue the pipes down so they're not just hanging down, if you see what I mean. Way you glue them down, it would probably stop the wheels being turnable anyway. So you'd have to pose that as being in a steering position or straight ahead position, and then glue your pipes down anyway, so that doesn't matter too much. Again, with the ramps, it gives you a length for this chain. I think it was 32mm, and that's the length that I've used. So if you wanted them to be workable, you'd have to have a longer chain. It does give you more chain, but I wanted them in the up position anyway, so bear in mind if you wanted the ramps down at the back, you'd have to have a longer chain. The steering, the suspension is workable. You see, it's sort of spinning, but I'll just so you can see that. So yeah, that still does work. With the load, once the load's on the back, it does, which I'll probably show you in a minute, it does tend to lean a bit. I think some of this is on each of the trucks. Some of the suspension's a bit looser than the others, and some's tighter. I don't know why that is. Maybe some glue got down, because you have the two parts of the pistons with the spring inside. There may have been flash, or maybe some of the, because you've got to attach the spring that's inside there, the little spring you get. You've got to attach that. I used super glue. Maybe some super glue got down in there, made some stiffer than others, or maybe there was flash inside. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, some are stiffer than others. And like I said, it leans a bit, which I don't like too much. Once the load's on the back, I haven't decided what I'm going to do about that just yet. I may have to glue some of the suspension in place so it stays. But yeah, these little chucks, I thought they'd be a pain in the ass. They're all photo etched with a small bit of plastic for the handle. But they went together quite easily. I was quite surprised, really. Yeah, I was thinking about, I was going to do it as a NATO camo, the trailer, and then you'd have the beige of the tractor, and then the beige of the gun truck. I thought it might give a bit of, what do you call it, variation, instead of all just being beige, but I might just do it in the beige. I'm not too sure yet. I'm quite decided, but I can do that when I leave the primer to dry for a few days and decide that. As I said, I'll show you the bottom in a sec. The pipes were a pain in the ass. Sometimes super glue seemed to glue it down straight away in place, and sometimes it just kept popping off where it was supposed to go, especially when you've got the end of the plastic fixing where the pipe's supposed to go onto, and that was a pain in the ass trying to get that to stay on there, but I more or less managed it. Like I said, it's still got the pipes on the front to do once the trailer goes on the tractor unit for the final time, but that won't be done to the very end. I'll show you the bottom in a sec, like I keep saying. But so next we'll be painting this up and doing a bit of weathering, so it's at the same stage as a tractor. And then I'll show you that, and then I'll be weathering them both together, so you'll see the whole unit, and then that'll be the video after that. So the tractor and trailer will be sort of finished, and then the final thing will be with the load on the back, with the fixings and everything like that, tie downs and chains and ropes and that sort of thing holding the load down. I think it will help give the tie downs anyway. It'll help give the model a bit of realism rather than it just being placed on there. Because you don't really, if you saw a back vehicle on the back of a low loader or something like that, it's not just on there, it's tied down. So yeah, so take that off there, move that out of the way. If you can see that, hopefully you can see that. You've got all the pipes and stuff like that. I'll try and get it. It's quite hard to show you. So you got the pipes there on every truck, bogey, whatever you want to call it. There's 4 pipes. One, I think, 2 are 99mm, 2 are 92mm, and then they go. There's one that goes there and then one in there. If you can sort of, can't really see that too well, but yeah. So there's quite a few parts, just in, not including the tyres, just in each truck. The actual suspension units. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 13 parts maybe, and then another 4 with the tubes, and then the wheels you've got times 2 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so another 10 parts, and then obviously the 4 tyres, and that's just in one of these, so it's quite a lot of parts, and that's in without everything else. So I just moved that out, everything out of the way, so I can kind of hopefully give you an idea of what it's going to look like. So if I put that like that, I'm trying to get it so you can see everything. Get the tractor unit. So yeah, it's not really even fitting in. So yeah, that's about roughly in, if you can call that in. Hopefully that gives you an idea. It's going to be hard to film this once it's fully done. I'll probably have to do it on my iPad. Currently it's on the laptop, but I'll probably do it on the iPad so I can move it around and you can see everything. But with the load on the back, like so, if you can see that, it's going to look pretty good, I think. Very happy with it so far. So I'll just move that tractor unit out of the way. And I'll move this there. Yeah, you can see it. You can see the trucks there, they fit quite nicely to hold it in place, I suppose, stop it rolling. Not that it rolls in, but in real life, obviously, I mean. So yeah, that's it, done. Hope you like, thanks for watching, and goodbye.